Hey everybody, Dan with Pain Free You. So for anybody who saw my video yesterday, you're probably wondering, how's your back? How are you doing? And I'll tell you, I'm not out of the woods yet. It's only been, a day and a half or so, and still hurts, and like I've said, it's probably the worst pain I've had in about 9 years. So again, it got my attention. So what am I doing about it? I'm trying to practice what I'm preaching. So whenever I got to make a move, I use the I'm good technique, which is basically like, all right, I got to get up. So instead of worrying like, oh boy, this is going to hurt, I just go, I'm good, and I go, and I move. And invariably, I just feel the muscles and the tension relax. And it feels better that way as compared to struggling and moving slowly and worrying and fearing it. Right? So I'm using the I'm good. I'm also using the whatever. Right? My son wanted me to go pick up a bicycle with him today. And, when I woke up this morning, I was like, I'm a little stiff. I don't feel like it. Maybe I'll bag out on it and make him go by himself. And I said, whatever. I'll go anyway. And you know what? I'm no worse off for it. I would have been just as sore sitting at home as I would have going out. And, another thing I'm doing is I'm not limiting my life. Because when he was there picking up a bicycle, I had been thinking about getting one for me. I haven't ridden a bike in a while. I haven't had a bike for a while. And so I thought about it. And I actually got on a bike and I did a test ride and picked one out for myself. So after this video is shot, I'm going to go take it for a spin around the neighborhood. And some people might be like, oh, be careful if your back's hurting. You don't want to do anything to hurt it worse. Again, it's TMS. It's too much stress. It is not physical. I didn't hurt. I didn't injure my back. I've got my back trying to tell me something. I have yet to figure that out, exactly what the pain in my back is trying to say to me, but I will figure it out. And I've got some ideas, and I think I just need to go a little bit deeper and feel it a little bit more intensely. And again, practice what I preach is don't care. Don't place any significance on it. So, just had a conversation with Mom and did not mention the back. Why? Because it's not that important. It'll be fine. It'll be gone soon, right? And if I can maintain that mindset and not really make this into a monster, it's not going to be one. And so it's probably going to go away fairly quickly. So that's what I'm doing. I will keep you all updated because I know a couple of people are curious. I got a bunch of lovely comments, and you can do it, Dan, and oh, we're here for you, and thanks for being transparent. Look, I would have felt stupid if I was sitting here trying to do these new videos all the while hurting. I would have felt like such a hypocrite. And I said, all right, if there's anybody out there that looks at me and goes, oh, so he doesn't know what he's talking about because he's got pain now, they're not my audience anyway, because I'm not supposed to be perfect, and I'm glad that I'm not perfect because nobody is. And any of the gurus out there who make believe they're perfect, they're kind of full of it. And I don't even like the term guru. I'm a regular guy who's figured some things out, and I'm sharing things in real time as I learn them, as I discover them, as I've discovered over the years. And I'm thrilled that I'm getting so many positive comments from people who say, look, my husband even noticed I'm doing better. I think I can beat this. And that type of stuff warms my heart more than you know. Really touches me, gets me choked up. And I'm losing count. There's so many people who are just giving me all that positive feedback. So that's my update. Today's topic: why are symptoms a lot like stray cats? This is a new analogy I came up with as I was talking to a lady last night on the phone about her pain. And I just kind of used this as an example, and I liked it, so I'm going to share it with you. So why are pain or symptoms kind of like stray cats? Well, stray cats, you ever take in a stray cat, or you ever have one at the back door and you say, oh, I'm going to feed it, put out a little food or a little water for it or a little milk. And what happens? Next day the cat shows up. Next day the cat shows up. The more you give it, the more it comes back. The more you give it, hey, it brought a friend next time. And the symptoms that we get are a lot like that stray cat or those stray cats. The more attention we give it, the more it keeps coming back, or it brings friends, right? And a lot of times we can adopt symptoms that we get from other people in these ugly, toxic Facebook groups. We read about everything and it's really scary and dangerous, and oh my God, next thing you know, we're getting those symptoms. And the lady last night started adopting some new symptoms beyond what she had because she was reading stuff in one of the popular TMS groups. And so I said, look, you know, if you don't want the stray cat to come back or bring its friends with him, stop feeding it. Well, what do these symptoms and pain feed on? Number one, fear. Number two, attention, right? So if you can starve these stray cats or the pain or symptoms by not giving it much attention, just whatever, no big deal, and not fearing it, then the stray cats and or the pain or symptoms will eventually go away because they realize there's nothing to eat here. I can't live on this lack of attention and the lack of fear, because fear is what these symptoms and these pains live on. And so how do you get rid of the fear? That's a logical next question. Knowledge, evidence, right? Knowledge, big one. Keep on reading. Go back, read some of Sarno's books. He writes in a way that I haven't seen before. You know, and there's a lot of other new TMS books out there. But he's the founder of this stuff, and he writes in such an easy to understand way. So if you're not believing that you have TMS or believing that you can beat it, knowledge is great. Go read or watch some success stories. You can literally go onto YouTube and search for TMS success story, and you'll see countless of them. If you are looking for a certain symptom, like the lady I talked to last night, go to tmswiki.org, and there's a search bar on the top. You can type in the word hips, which was this lady's challenge. You can go to the TMS groups, and in the groups there's a search bar, and you can search within that group for the word hip or hips or hip success or things like that, and you'll see all the posts that come up that people are talking about their success. So it doesn't matter what your symptom is, look for evidence, right? And don't get hung up on that though, because just as important is figuring out, am I a TMSer? Do I have the personality traits? Am I a goodist, a people pleaser, a do-gooder, right? A perfectionist? Am I overwhelmed, overstressed, over self-critical of myself? Yeah, those are the personality types. Well, if that's you, but you haven't just found the person who had the identical exact symptom that you do, don't worry about it. You're most likely a TMSer. And then you look for evidence in your own experience. Don't worry about getting proof outside of you. Look at yourself. Like the lady I talked to last night. She said, you know, I was doing really good. I was doing the journal speak. Kudos to Nicole Sachs. And the lady was doing better. And she said, you know, sometimes when I'm engaged with the outside world, I don't notice my hip pain as much. I said, aha, that's evidence, that's proof. And guess what? If you don't notice it, it's not there, it's not kicking your butt. So that's proof that when we shift our focus away from our pain or symptoms, and we have evidence and past history of not noticing them as much and not having them bother as much, that's really key. That's proof that it's TMS, it's a distraction pain or distraction symptom. It's basically too much stress, right? TMS. And Nicole, I just watched one of her videos today, and she said somebody that she knows said, TMS, the pain is telling me something. It's telling me something. So if you're kind of stuck and scratching your head like, what is this pain telling me? Like, what's this pain all about? So I have to look at why do I have back pain? What is it trying to tell me? Maybe I'm overwhelmed, overstressed, feeling the pressure of getting this book done, feeling the pressure of all of you lovely people looking to me for help and guidance. And it's wonderful, and that's exactly what I've asked for by putting these videos out there, but there's some stress and pressure building up. So I love it, and I'm really just, just thrilled with the response I've gotten so far. And so keep it coming. But there is a weight, there is a load that I'm carrying now that I wasn't carrying before when I pretty much wasn't doing this big group and, you know, daily videos. And there's a stress and a pressure to get out there and shoot the video every day. And look, I know many of you will say, don't do it, don't worry about it, we can go a day without you. But I'm on a roll. You know, I've done every single day since March 26th, 2019, and I haven't missed a day. And I'm kind of proud of that, because if you know me through my videos, you know that I've mentioned procrastination and not getting as much done as I should. So this is one of those things that I've just kind of latched onto and said, I'm going to do it every day. And I am. And I'm not planning on stopping anytime soon. So, why are symptoms and pain kind of like a stray cat? Because the more you feed them, the more they stick around. And eventually you're just going to get so comfortable with them, they will become so familiar that you adopt them, you bring them into your home. And I'm not suggesting you like your pain or symptoms, but they become familiar. And we become addicted to the negative emotions surrounding the pain. And when we don't have it, we're kind of like, what do I do now? So I just wanted to share my update with you, and I also wanted to share that analogy that symptoms and pain are a lot like stray cats. They feed on your fear and your attention. And the more you can kind of just pull the curtain shut and not look at them, not play with them, not go out and pet them, right? Because that's attention, not feed them. And I know I'm a bleeding heart too. I got a cat inside who's the best roommate ever. And I know if there was a stray cat around, my first temptation would be like, oh, I want to take care of this cat. But when it comes to the pain, it's probably not something you want to adopt by feeding it too much attention and too much fear. So keep that in mind as you are going about your days, and ask yourself, am I feeding the stray cat? Am I feeding the pain with attention and fear? And if so, shift. Say, whatever, I'm good, and go about your day. Do what you want to do. That's what I did, and unfortunately I went out and I spent more than I wanted to on a bicycle. But as soon as I'm done shooting this, I'm going to go take it for a test drive around my neighborhood. So, love you guys. I appreciate you. And let me know if you've got any topic ideas. Comment below with that. And or send me a message at questions@painfreeyou.com. I'll try to get to them for you. So, appreciate you. Thank you for all your support and love and caring and, you know, support. Like all this. Go get them, Dan. You can do this. Keep us posted, right? I love that. So thank you, and we'll see you in the next video tomorrow.